We're 10 days in to France. I've taken longer than I thought travelling down because the first week, honestly, I was so ill. The night before getting on the ferry, I had an insane fever. I was parked up at the ferry port. I was in bed by like 4 p.m. and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Luckily, anyway, the next day I didn't feel as bad, but the ferry crossing, I just like cuddled up on one of those seats and just waited for it to pass. And the next day, as you've seen, I went to the chateau. I kind of had a bit of a boost of energy. I think it was like dopamine rush because I was there and it was exciting. But the day after that, I absolutely crashed again. Luckily, it was raining that day, so I had a day in bed to sort of like recharge. But I've stayed at each place about 3 days before moving on because traveling is exhausting. I'm not gonna like beat around the bush. Traveling on your own, doing all this on my own it's exhausting. It's burning me out. It's an awful lot. Your mental capacity is just on overdrive because everything takes extra thought, you know? The driving takes extra thought to the point where I'm not even listening to any music or podcasts or anything as I drive because it's just taking so much focus to make sure I'm doing everything right, and I don't know what any of the road signs means and I can't read any of the language, and it is just like, oh my God, I got really overwhelmed and there was a couple of things that didn't quite go to plan and I just had a full-on meltdown. I'm not gonna lie, I had a full-on meltdown. I cried for probably 2 days straight. I was this close to turning around and coming back. Decision fatigue is full-on a thing. It is just a lot for your system to take, and especially like I've not done anything like this in a long time. I essentially didn't get out of bed for 2 years, and then I built the van. Everything has just been go, 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 go. And then I've got here and I've just gone, oh God, what have you done? I didn't really think anything through as usual. I just go and figure it out as we go, but the figuring out has been a bit messy. I can laugh about it now. I'm in a beautiful place. I've spent a couple of days here. I'm relaxed. I've sort of recentered myself and I'm okay now, but oh my God, it has been an awful lot. I mean, look, as you can see, it's so warm. I'm in a t-shirt. I think that's helped a lot as well. The further south I've come, the better the weather has got, and it is now like sit outside, absolutely gorgeous sunshine here, which has helped. I think my other problem was because my focus was getting south as fast as possible, I didn't really pick places to park that I would have chosen if I was back in England. So there were a lot of them was on the edge of towns or like in Le Mans, literally in Le Mans. And I didn't really enjoy any of the park-ups. They were nice, don't get me wrong, they were fine, but they were essentially just car parks and I wasn't in nature, and I need nature, literally, to function. I just lose it if I'm in towns and cities for too long. I need places like this. So as soon as I found this one, I have fully relaxed and I've just changed tact a bit. And instead of just driving, because what I was doing was driving for 3 hours one day, then I'd have to film, then edit, then drive again, then film, then edit, then drive again. I had no sort of time to explore, to enjoy myself, to relax. It was just like, gotta get south as fast as possible. So we've changed tact now and I'm just going to find places that I actually want to visit instead of getting south. We're south enough now for it to be not cold. When I get to the Pyrenees, at the moment I'm at the base of the Pyrenees, so when I go to the Pyrenees it is about 10 degrees cooler up there, so I'll probably have a couple of cold days there, but other than that, this has been amazing. Tomorrow it gets up to 17 degrees in the shade, so in the sun, you know, we're in mid-20s. It's 24 in the van right now, so it's absolutely beautiful. I have enough solar to be able to sit and not move for a few days, which is wonderful, thanks to the extra solar panels that Dad and I fitted, and that has been working a treat. So I'm okay now, but oh my God. There was this one day where I think I drove for 3 hours and the park up that I'd earmarked was just not, I didn't like it at all. It didn't feel right. It was essentially just at the back of a load of houses in like someone else's farmyard, it felt like. So we stayed there for like, I don't know, half an hour. I had some food and then we got back on the road. After another couple of hours driving, I found a gorgeous spot, but it was blocked from a fallen tree, so I couldn't use that one either. This one is an adventure. Oh my God, what are we doing? What are we doing? Can I even get under there? I'm gonna have to stop. I don't know. know if I'd filmed there. Oh, I'm going to stop and get out and look. That looks sus to me. I can't get through because of the tree, so we have to find somewhere else. Sorry, boo. So then I had to drive another hour. So that one day, I think I was driving for 6.5 hours, and I just was so overstimulated and so overwhelmed, and I just cried that evening. Luckily, I did find a park up that was okay, but again, it was in the middle of a town. It was right by a church, so I didn't want to stay there. The next day, Savannah didn't even want to go out, so the next day I just got up and drove again. I knew I was heading into the Pyrenees, and I was low on diesel and I was low on LPG. So the next day I went to go try find some LPG. I drove an hour to this station and it wouldn't work. And not only would it not work, you have to pay by card, and you put your card in. It was a completely unmanned station. There were no humans there at all. And I came out of there without any LPG and checked my bank, and they'd taken 150 euros out of my bank. So I was already like at the edge, and then that happened and I just burst out crying again, and I was like, I can't do this. It's too much. Traveling alone is not as romantic as some people make it out to be. It has been a messy few days. I had to call the bank, and luckily it was just one of those pre-authorization transactions, so it did go back into my account, so that was fine. But it was just another thing. So again, I was in this car park at that point. So I was surrounded like by not very nice things, and I just cooked some eggs and watched a YouTube video, and then like recentered myself and got back on the road. And then finally, that's when we ended up here, which is marvellous. And it's so peaceful, and I am one of the only people here for quite a lot of it. So we're back on track. The next park ups I found again are beautiful. The one at the top of the Pyrenees has some waterfall walks. So I'm going to be back in nature. I have essentially planned my route through Spain now, which again, I hadn't before. And I'm not actually going to go directly to Portugal. I'm going to hang out in Spain for a while because it looks really cool. So we're doing that first. And Portugal is just raining at the minute, so what's the point in going there? So this is the messy, realistic, emotional roller coaster that is travelling on your own after you've been sick for a long time. And I didn't realise how much my confidence had sort of been knocked. Like, I'm not as brash and bold as I used to be, and I'm noticing that now. And yeah, I got to a point where I actually felt really lonely. I never feel lonely, and I just felt so lonely. And I was like, I just want to get back to England for some familiarity. I was like, is the cold really that bad? But as soon as I've got here and I'm in the nice weather and I'm speaking to people back home and it's peeing it down with rain and it's 5 degrees, I'm like, yes, it's worth it. Just keep pushing through. I'm going to keep pushing through. I doubt it will be my only wobble of this trip, but that was my first wobble. And I am honest, so we're sharing that with you guys. It's not all easy, it's not all sunshine, it's not all beautiful nature spots. After all that debacle, I was on my way driving here and I was just like, just man it through the Pyrenees, you'll be fine, you've got enough LPG, it's not a problem. I luckily passed a sign that said it, so I drove into a town and got some and went to Le Supermarché, and it worked. The LPG worked. As soon as it started going in, I had my hand on the button, and as soon as it started going in, I was like, yes! I did a little dance. And now we're all back up and I'm here. I have practiced flying my drone for the first time. I've had that for 2 years and I've only just flown it for the first time. So we got some good drone shots finally, and confidence is building, and we're no longer having meltdowns. And that sun is bringing in about 260 watts on my solar, which is wonderful. I've changed my bedding. I have a lot of laundry to do. So the next task is laundry. It's been 2 weeks since I left Yorkshire and I have a mountain of laundry to do. I've got 2 bedding sets and a whole load of clothes to do, and believe it or not, I have been living in my van for just shy of 2 years now and I have never had to use a laundrette. The way it's worked out is I've been able to go to houses. When I was in Scotland, I visited my family halfway through the 6-week trip, so I did all my laundry there. When I was down south, I stayed on that really kind family's land and they let me do laundry there. and the rest of the time I've kind of just always gone back to my parents, you know, to go visit them. So I just chuck a load in when I'm there. So actually in 2 years I have never done laundry out on the road. So this is a first for me, and we're doing it in France. I was planning to go earlier through the day, but it was beautifully sunny, so I made the most of the solar. And it is now 20 to 5, and yes, it's still light, it's beautiful, but I am now going to go 10 minutes into town. There is a laundrette that I can put my washing on, and I could go to Lidl in the meantime. The cat's come in on her own. She's now asleep in the cab, so I'm going to try do it tonight. It's going to get dark before I come back here, but I know what this spot is now because I've been here for a couple of days, so I feel comfortable turning up in the dark. But tomorrow is an even better day. It's 17 degrees in the shade tomorrow, beautiful sun again, so I don't want to be going doing laundry when the days are like that. Let's see how this goes. I'm a little bit apprehensive, not gonna lie. Every time I've been doing something new in France, it's always a little bit nervy and I'm outside of my comfort zone, but let's go see. This is my absolute mountain of laundry, which I should probably put on the floor because otherwise it will fall off when I drive. We've got a beautiful sunset about to happen. Cat's in here. We've got cash, we've got card. They're meant to be 24 hours. There's like 7 different ones in this town, so fingers crossed one of them will be suitable. Oh my God, the first laundrette was shut, like not shut, but like not there anymore. And then I found a Wash Me, and I've come into the smallest car park ever, and I don't even know how I'm gonna get out. I don't even know how I managed to get into a space without hitting anything. I was this close to like a car at the front and a car at the back. The locals are ooh, like this at me. Oh my God. Okay, right, just go put the washing on and then come back. I'm in a space and I'm not blocking anyone, so we're just gonna have to be quick. Oh my God, I did it. It's going. Thank God there's nobody in these because I can actually get out. I was literally trapped in between this car and this car, just like stuck there, like shimmying. And now we're at Lidl. Deep breaths. I am so out of my comfort zone. I'm so anxious. Okay, I could do a little shop, that's fine, but oh my God, I've come into town during rush hour. I've just gone the long way around so I didn't have to turn left and cross traffic. It feels really weird leaving my laundry in a machine. Hope it's okay. And I've got like 45 minutes to get this and get back. And then I presume there's going to be a drying cycle, and hopefully I can get back into that car park and not get stuck again. Woosah! Oh my God. Travel alone, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Ah. Another blunder. Went to go get the washing. Fine. I need to dry it now. And you have to move it to a different machine to do that. Fine, but like I'm pulling it out of one machine into a bag and like my pants are falling on the floor. This is just so degrading, honestly. This is why I wanted to go to a laundrette shop, because then at least you're inside with all your unmentionables. Cars driving past on the street and I'm just like dropping my underwear on the floor. Lovely. Put it in the dryer, put money in, select 40 minutes, which is like €6, put €10 in, it won't give me any change. So I've just paid €10 and I could have got an hour's drying for that. So things are going well. I'm stress eating crisps. Things are hard in another country. Oh well, it is what it is. Hopefully it's a good drying machine and it'll actually be dry. If not, I'll have to pay more money and put it in for longer. We are thankfully parked up in a place that I can hang around in for an hour, and I'll just eat something. Well, it's not been a good few days, won't lie. It's not been the best few days. Yeah, I've eaten some chocolate. I've petted my cat. I feel a bit better. But I'm just like, this is what the tumour's done to me. I never used to be like this. How is it nearly 4 years since it's come out and I'm still trying to put myself back together? This is not a difficult task. and I'm like struggling with it. I'm just still not back to where I was before I got sick. And things like this make it very obvious. Anyway, I'm gonna go check to see if it's dry. Well, that actually looks promising. That might be dry, which is a plus. Fingers crossed. Oh, thank God for that, it's dry. Oh, yes. Okay, I've got clean clothes. Nothing terrible happened. I survived. Yes, call me dramatic, whatever. Just doing things like this when you cannot read the language is difficult. I want to get to Spain. I can understand Spanish a lot more than I can French. Right, got 10-minute drive now back to the fishing lakes, and I'm gonna get into bed and eat more chocolate. Okay, that's everything away. I had to just strip off naked because my clothes were making me feel sick. I was that overwhelmed when I got back. The neurodivergent people will understand that one. So I'm in my dressing gown and we're gonna call it there. We got it done. I'm sure I'll laugh about this in the future, but I didn't really enjoy that, to be fair. It was fine. I know I'm being silly, but this is the aftermath of being ill for that long. So I'm going to leave the video there. Hope you enjoyed me freaking out about doing some laundry. Thanks for watching. A huge shout out to my Patreon members. Love you guys. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace out and stay wild.